my tiny heart hammered against my fuzzy chest as I crept through the house at dawn. Today was Mama's birthday. I had the most brilliant plan ever conceived by kitten kind. I would catch her the biggest, most impressive present imaginable, the red dot that lived in the living room. For weeks, I'd watched that sneaky red dot taunt our family, dancing across walls and disappearing just when we thought we had it cornered. But today would be different. Today I would capture it and present it to Mama like the mighty hunter I was destined to become. I positioned myself in the center of the living room, crouched low, eyes locked on the spot where the red dot usually appeared. My whiskers quivered with determination. There, a flash of red light skittered across the carpet. I pounced with everything I had, sailing through the air like a furry missile. But the dot was faster. It zipped up the curtains just as I crashed into the heavy fabric. The curtain rod groaned ominously. I scrambled higher, my claws catching in the delicate lace. The red dot mocked me from the ceiling, so I leaped again, this time launching myself toward the bookshelf. My trajectory was perfect, if you ignored the fact that I completely missed the shelf and instead collided with a tower of photo frames. Glass exploded everywhere as the frames toppled like dominoes. But I couldn't stop. Now the red dot was getting away. It darted behind the television, so naturally I followed, squeezing myself into the narrow space behind the entertainment center. That's when I discovered the fascinating world of electrical cords. They looked exactly like the most tempting toys imaginable, long, snake-like things just begging to be pounced on. I attacked with gleeful abandon, my teeth finding purchase on what I later learned was the cable box cord. The TV screen flickered and went black, just as I heard an ominous rumbling above me. The entertainment center was swaying. I tried to back out, but my collar had somehow wrapped around 3 different cords, creating a kitten-sized anchor. In my panic, I thrashed wildly, which only made everything worse. Electronics began sliding off shelves, crashing to the floor in a symphony of destruction. Whiskers. Ow. What are you, all my stars? Mama's horrified shriek pierced the chaos just as the entire entertainment center tipped forward. I closed my eyes, certain this was the end of my short but eventful life. Instead, I felt strong paws grab me and yank me free, just as everything came crashing down. When I opened my eyes, I was cradled against Mama's chest, both of us staring at what used to be our living room. The curtains hung in tatters. Photo frames lay shattered across the floor like a puzzle explosion. The TV was buried under an avalanche of DVDs, game controllers, and electronic devices I couldn't even name. Cables snaked everywhere like party streamers from the world's worst celebration. I was trying to catch the red dot for your birthday, I whispered, my voice barely a squeak. I wanted to give you the best present ever. Mama was quiet for so long that I wondered if she'd gone into shock. Then slowly, she began to shake. At first, I thought she was crying, but then I realized she was laughing, the kind of deep, really shaking laughter that made her whole body vibrate. Oh, my precious little disaster, she gasped between giggles. You magnificent, destructive furball, do you know what you've given me? I shook my head miserably. The best birthday story I'll ever have, she said, nuzzling my head. And you know what? Finally have an excuse to redecorate this room like I've wanted to for years. As we surveyed the wreckage together, I spotted it the red dot, sitting innocently on the one remaining intact picture frame. Next year, I muttered under my breath. I'm just getting her a nice, simple dead mouse. But deep down, I knew Mama was right. Sometimes the most spectacular failures make the most unforgettable memories, even if they also make the biggest messes.